What's good, y'all? It's your man Bigga P, and I'm gonna go briefly talk about my thoughts on the whole Hopkins Dawson pay-per-view from last night. First, we'll start with Malinaji and Laura. I have to admit, Paulie looked good. Paulie. For a minute, I thought Paulie was, shot, and I thought either that or losing his interest in boxing, but I have to admit, he did look good last night. Speed's still there, the combinations. It's a shame that, someone with his types of reflexes and boxing ability, he's unfortunately, he has bad hands, which means, unless he's facing a total glass jaw or whatever, he doesn't knock anyone out. But he definitely, he put up a good fight against Laura, who, you know, really didn't show much other than a good right hand, which he actually buckled him in the first round. And but I mean, like, he was game. He did what he needed to do, but just wasn't enough. Now, what do I think about Malinaji's future at 147? Only time will tell. I'm pretty sure right now he's just getting used to his new division and everything like that. In this case, like I said, the man has bad hands. So, I mean, when he starts facing the more elite fighters, I'm pretty sure, we'll see what he actually has left in the tank. Second fight, Holt and Garcia, good fight. Holt, like I said, he started off strong or whatever, and then slowly but surely, like he started, pretty much Garcia started coming on or whatever, and yeah, after I give Holt props because that eye injury that he got, was horrendous. Um, but after in the fight, Garcia did win that clearly, you know, but that judge that gave Holt the fight 115-113, yeah, that was that was BS, but at least Garcia did get the win, and rightfully so. So, you know, what can we, all's well that ends well, I guess. The next fight, the last prelim fight, Linares versus DeMarco, fight of the night, no question. Linares really impressed me with his hand speed. Like, he had some really fast hands. I didn't even realize how fast his hands were. And I'm thinking to myself, DeMarco didn't really have nothing for that. You know, I knew DeMarco was a tough, a tough guy, but and then slowly, so DeMarco started coming on, and then he gave Lawrence those cuts, and I know DeMarco himself had some cuts, had some cuts too. The finish in that left round was one of the bloodiest finishes I've seen in a minute. Linares, damn near has a crimson mask on his face. Personally, the referee should have stopped it before he absorbed those last couple of punches. I was thinking to myself, my God, like, he's gonna hit the canvas. Luckily that was not the case. Luckily the referee stopped it just in time because he deserved to at least finish the fight on his feet. But yeah, that was a great victory for DeMarco, and definitely a fight which a little later on I'm gonna try to get and add to my collection. And now we come to the main event, Hopkins versus Dawson. Now, originally, I was skeptical of this fight, mainly because of the two fighters involved. Hopkins, as great as he is, recent fights, he has been, somewhat hard to watch, between the boxing he does show, the mauling and the fouling, he displays sometimes, it's frustrating. And then, Dawson, who's even more frustrating to watch because he just doesn't. Because his kill instinct is not really there. The only time he really showed urge to see his last couple fights was, when Pascal, was putting that pressure on him. But after that, the guy's just laid back. He's a good boxer, but like I said, that kill instinct was, just it's never been there, 100%. Like in the last couple of years. But anywho, the fight happened. The first round. I thought Dawson won that one. Hopkins didn't look that great. Um, you know, to me, I mean, I don't know if the rest of you guys, but Hopkins was, he didn't, he was really showing his age in that fight, you know. And I thought it was only a matter of time, you know, before Dawson, you know, would pretty much, you know, pretty much he would control the fight. Because, like I said, he didn't, you know, he looked sharp. He looked, you know, it looked like it was going to be a total mismatch. I mean, I thought, you know, Dawson was going to win on the cards anyway. Which now brings us to the controversy in round two. You know, here's my view of what happened. I mean, I know, you know, Bernard is known for, you know, he does, you know, he could fight a little dirty sometimes, and you know that right hand he leaped into it. Now, here's my thing. I think, Chad definitely did lift him up and he did dump him. Um, there's no question about that. Even on the replays it shows, shows Chad's left arm literally, you know, like almost like in a carry, had his, you know, again, you know, wrapped around Bernard's right leg as he lifted him up, and just, you know, and he dumped him. And you know, it's unfortunate, you know, doing that because, you know, Bernard did land, you know, on his shoulder or his back or whatever. And now, at that point, the referee should have called a foul. Because it was a foul. No matter the way you look at it, like, the man didn't cause his own injury, you know, and it was, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, that Hopkins, you know, dislocated. I think either dislocated or separated his shoulder. Now, but like I said, that fight should have been ruled a no contest or a disqualification, even if it's not no contest, you know, for Hopkins, because, you know, Chad, you know, slammed the guy. It's not UFC. However, once again, boxing continues to prove me wrong and surprise me when, you know, referee supposedly didn't call the foul, but called the fight off because Bernard couldn't fight. Well, yeah, you know, the man got slammed. You know, boxing ring, you know, I'm pretty sure doesn't have that much give, especially where he landed. And gave Chad the fight on a TKO. I personally, I don't see that decision sticking one bit. That's why, because I was like, that's bullshit. There's no way that Chad won that fight by TKO. Now, did I think Chad was gonna win? Yes, but you know, it was no TKO. Bernard, like I said, regardless of Bernard, you can't lose a fight by being body slammed. You can't lose your title by being body slammed. That's unacceptable. So, I hope, you know, once he gets his show situation straightened out, you know, they go and try to get that reversed to a rightful, you know, decision of a no contest. And of course, you know, Dawson didn't do nothing to really endear himself to the crowd afterwards, you know, by pretty much running down, you know, Hopkins, and then, you know, how he's the champion and how he wants to fight Pascal next, which is good. You know, I'd see, you know, I'd want to see Pascal and Dawson too. You know, that's not, you know, that would be an interesting fight. You know, just to see maybe what would Chad do if he was actually 100%. As for Hopkins, what can you do? Like I said, unless that contract they signed had a rematch clause, I don't see, like Dawson, I guess doesn't want to give him another rematch. Where does he go from there? At light heavyweight, the only real, does he go and fight someone like Cloud, who is extremely dangerous, or does he retire, or... it's gonna be interesting, to follow to follow what's gonna happen next with him. But the man is getting up there in age. Like I said, there's only so much. Bernard has gone by, unless you're, smarts and being crafty and fouling here and there. But when you're that age, but then I think that he probably should just he should just call it a career. But you never know with Bernard Hopkins. He may be back. He may get a rematch. But I guess it'll be interesting to see what will happen next. But yeah, I definitely do feel sorry though for the people who actually did buy the pay-per-view. That because I remember, earlier in the day I was looking at the price and I'm thinking to myself, the undercard is good, like really good, but do I really want to like pay for it? In the end, of course, like I said, I caught a stream that didn't give me no trouble, no problems, nothing during the day and during the whole fight, and I'm happy that I did, because I know I would be pissed if I paid $55 to see for that to happen, or if I actually paid 50 and up for tickets live to see that. I'd be pissed, you know, that the whole thing ended like that. But anyways, overall, it was an interesting night of boxing, and yeah, and of course, HBO has a nice lineup of fights for the rest of the year, and I will probably, of course, record some, more reviews and thoughts and analysis and so on throughout the year. All right, I'm about to, go on the internet, go debate on the forum some more about that, about the whole pay-per-view, and then, find some breakfast, easy Sunday morning and whatnot. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.